One for your daughter, one for your son.
Go on, Ben. It is cyclocross race day and we're at Clanfield Cross today, and I'm super excited because this is honestly the real deal today. They held a UCI event here yesterday and it is a legit course, so we're here in time for Ben's race and they are just chopping down the hill over there. He's actually gone for a flying start. Christ. Go on, Ben. Good lad, keep it on. Good lad, strong start, strong start. Well done, Adam. Come on, Ben, stay in there. Good lad. Come on, Ben, keep chipping away.
Go, Ben.
Go on, Alex. Ooh. Go on, Adam. Absolute carnage over on the rutted section. I'm definitely going to be man down on that. Come on, boys, you can get him. Go on, Oscar. Come on, Ben. Good lad. Last little bit, mate. On this side. Go on, let's go. Give it beans. Good lad, good lad. Last lap then. Come on. Bloody hell, this course is mega. It's absolute carnage. Look at it. Go on, boys. Love that.
Nicely done.
Go on, Oscar. You can beat them two in front. Come on. Go on, mate. Go on, Ben. Good lad. Great battle, lads. Good lad, mate. Nice and quick. Good. Go on, give us a little jump. Hey, hey. This is mad. This is the real deal. Give us a little jump.
Give us a little jump.
Yeah. I'll do a couple of whips over these. I might not even ride these little bits. I'll probably just clear these jumps. No dramas. My nerves have gone through the roof now. There's bodies flying everywhere. Yeah, what were you like? This is carnage. Chaotic. The rocket was like my heart was going pitter patter, pitter patter.
Hey, that's a TikTok reference. I'm not like talking like that normally.
Well done, Adam. Look at this, absolutely love it. Mayhem everywhere, bodies everywhere. It's not a question of if you fall off, it's when around this course, isn't it? Bodies everywhere. Did your bike change?
Yeah, like 3-4 times.
4 times?
3 or 4.
4 bike changes?
Hasn't finished yet.
Don't look that muddy to be fair. We're going to get to see how the Vet 40s do it now and hopefully capture a crash. crash footage.
Hello,
That's how it's meant to be done. So practice lap, a little look at the course, the start finish straight up this drag and you then turn back on yourself and down this nice fast descent. I'm now going to show you a textbook bit of cornering. Oh, and he's down straight away. Absolutely textbook. Before we then go back onto the course and then we're onto the first little off-camber run. The ruts on this were totally unrideable, so there's a run section here before we jump back on the bike. Nice fast descent now, which was super slippy. Sorry about the footage, it was raining obviously. So down to the bottom of the course, We've then got some slippery little corners to tackle before we then get into this log section where it is off and run for me. And in the race I carried on running this whole section all the way up to the top. See, I rode it in practice, but 4 hours later this was all unrideable. You then drop down, a little bit of running back up here, and then you've got another nice fast descent to the bottom of the course, which was super slippy, and you've got to take these turns under a little bit of control, better control than that, and you're then into an off camber section. This got absolutely sliding all over the place towards the race, but I was using the poles here to try and like pull myself round rather than taking the outside line. So you had a couple of corners where I'm just using the poles, pull myself round, and then you are into the last little corner before there's a few drags, and you are up to the next run-in section. So all of this was really rutted off camber, so you jump off, run a few little corners up to the top, and you are then back on a nice fast descent before you're into this killer little climb, which was hard to get grip on, which heads back up towards pits. You drop past pits and another fast descent, and this descent was slippery as. You come down into this corner and you've just got to hope for the best that you're not going to lose grip before you go into these little humps that you go over, and you're back down to the bottom of the course. It was a real tough course, this one, a lot of climbing. So I don't know who decided to put these stairs in. They need to be taken out, because this was a killer little run up now back towards the pit section. And then you had a few little turns. This bit here, it was like switchbacks back on itself, and it was quicker to ride by the time I raced. This was all unrideable, so you switch back on yourself and you just had to run this because there was no grip. A couple more turns before you then head towards the hurdles, so nice and quickly pop over the hurdles, round the corner, and then you're onto this nasty little climb back up towards the second pits. So here, this was unrideable in my race. I think some people were doing it, but I got off and run. You then go past pits, drag up to the top, and then onto the rut section. This was absolutely savage. Like, now it doesn't look too bad, but 4 hours later and about 400 people going through it, this rutted section was carnage. And you then, after the ruts, one last corner, and then you're back on the drag up towards the start finish straight, and that is the lap. That is practice lap complete. Absolute carnage. I've had the rocket on a crash cam the whole time, and that is a brutal course. Loads of running. It's going to be absolutely killer, and it's muddy and slippy as. Now I don't want to milk it because I've got it through default, but I'm in the leader's jersey. Your man's the leader. 1 week only. He's taking the leader's jersey. I mean, I say I'm not going to milk it. I'm going to be like, out the way please, leader coming through.
Leader coming through.
Leader coming through. Leader on my backside crashing. That's going to look sweet on. Sarah, I'd like a leg massage for the leader please. Right then, she's scoffing her face. How do I look? Look at that. It's starting to rain as well, which is going to add to the carnage, but I'm milking it today.
What? Small?
Nah, medium.
Medium?
Yeah, filling out. I've got a medium because my arm's quite big. I didn't want to stretch it. What do you think? She's
you need
like,
to pull the collar out.
that's mum, man, the leader. Here we go then, the main event, the calm before the storm. And Ollie from Miche, who sponsor the Wessex League, got this cool little slow-mo clip that I had to keep in of us all on the front line ready to go before the start of the race. And then it was go time and we were off as usual, absolutely full gas, and I got a really good start. So off the start line, absolutely pinned it, and I was into second place off the start, so got a really good start. You can see Fletcher went through in first, me in second, and he absolutely tanked it off the start, but I got away well, which was nice. And you can see everyone else coming through. There was like a massive bottleneck on that off-run section, so it was really important to get a good start in this race, because if you didn't, you were just way out the back already. So I knew that before the start, and coming through here is off-run for me. and Fletcher at the front. The 3 guys behind us all managed to ride that, and you can see there he made a massive difference. So I'm still in 2nd place here, sort of. I think we're about halfway around the lap now, and you can see the guy in 1st place just pulled the pin and he was flying down the rutted section. Bit of a crash, oh, big hit in 2nd place, and then David Bone then come through into 2nd. I think that was Sam who had the crash. Yeah, so he was back up and running, and then you can see me and Fletcher here coming down. This rutted section was just absolute carnage. It was survival down there to try and stay on 2 wheels. You can see everyone else coming now. I thought I'd leave this in. You can see the different ways. You either had to decide to scoot with your balls on the top tube, or you were just trying to survive, basically. You got legs flying everywhere. You can see Kev that just went past was actually running faster than people down the hill. And you can just see it's just like scoot, 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 whatever you can do to try and get through this section. If you had a clear run, it was all right. You can see David, who was in 2nd place, doing well, but still, this is lap 2 now. So this was 2nd and 3rd. 1st place had tanked it off the front, and I had moved up now into 4th place. So I was able to ride the rutted section quite well there, a little foot down. The guy in 1st just absolutely giving it beans, and he was flying, fair play, and so was David. But the guy in 1st had got quite a big gap on all of us, and then we were battling it out for like 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th. I then went into pit on lap, I think it was lap 2 3/4 this. I should have pitted earlier because there was a lot of, I was having an absolute nightmare there, foot out, absolutely just scooting like a numpty. But I should have pitted earlier, and at this point I was just absolutely working my backside off trying to catch up to 3rd place, who was Sam. You can see David was absolutely flying around that little run section, and then me coming through in 4th position. And right now, as I was saying, I was just working as hard as I could through these little bits. You can see you've just got to fling the bike round these corners, get round as fast as you can, get back on the bike, because running is not fun. Running sucks. But you can see here, I've decided to take a little bit of a different run up there, because I was really struggling with that run up and getting grip. But then back on the bike, and the worst part of the course, running up here, absolute misery. So I think we're on like lap 4 here before we then jump back on, do the little zigzaggy bit, back up, and then we're popping up and over the hurdles. And we're about halfway through the race now, and it was just, I was getting into a good rhythm, and I was closing the gap down on 3rd place and actually feeling quite good. So I popped it up over the hurdles here, and you can see just round the corner there on the right, that is Sam in 3rd place. So I could see that I was gradually closing the gap lap by lap. 1st place, he was flying down this rut section, fair play. And then just here, I think Sam dropped his chain, and then he was like scooting along, and I'd managed to close the gap, get on. We had a little bit of traffic trouble there, but I'd then closed the gap onto 3rd place, and I was like, here we go, and he put a massive stint in after that, and I just didn't have the legs to go with it. So you can see he started to open up the gap, and then just here he's still applying good pressure, and I was trying to go with it, doing as best as I could, but I just didn't have the legs to go with it at this point. So he had started to pull away, and you can see here it was as if after that point where I caught him, he started to really up the tempo, and I didn't have the legs to go with it, unfortunately. So I'd slipped back into 4th place here. I'm still working super hard, but I think I had quite a big cushion to 5th place. David Bone was in 2nd place, who's actually going to take the leader's jersey off me after this week. Look at me here, absolute nightmare on this section. It was just carnage. That was survival, pure survival. And then here I was basically in no man's land now. 3rd place had started to pull away from me, and I wasn't really gaining, and then I had quite a bit of a cushion on 5th place, so I was just sitting in 4th place, chipping away, making sure that I was staying on 2 wheels now and not doing anything silly where I could potentially crash, break the bike. But you can see here, final lap, coming through the bell lap, Thanks Ollie for the footage, and we're coming down the hill nice and fast. This is absolute. This is me just trying to survive on 2 wheels. Look at that. That is pathetic speed down the rut section. And then over the line for the finish and in 4th place.
How's that, G?
Tough. All the running is a killer. That bit's tricky. Best course we've had this year. Or toughest anyway. Tough and brutal. Just like relentless.
Your little envelopes are missing.
And that is 4th place for me, and back in the money. That is my best finish this year. So £15 this week. What a result. But honestly, what an absolutely mega course, mega event. So thanks to Miche Wessex League who organise it, Solent Pirates and everyone else that organised that event. It was an absolute banger. That was an incredible course. Absolutely brutal though. I'm super happy with my performance, feeling really strong today, and we got some serious footage of crashes, and I'm gonna make a separate video of that, just all the crashes throughout the day that we caught on camera, because it was carnage today. But slowly feeling stronger each race as we head towards national champs, and that was a really good test. Like, technical, tough, relentless course for the full hour. Absolute brute. So really pleased to get that one under the belt. If you're enjoying the videos, please do subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll catch you in the next one for more cross and racing.